Hello, everybody. So I want to do a quick vlog. Just to let you guys know that I completely and totally forgot that Keith has the day off today. And so we are currently in the midst of a very relaxing weekend. Only thing is he's gone out of the apartment, the flat, for a bit. Um, Basically, for two reasons. Number one is just look around, see if there's anything good to have for dinner later, that kind of thing. And also because, and I may have mentioned this before, but before I left to move here, my dad gave me a Microsoft laptop that apparently he hadn't been using. I don't know. And so he basically wasn't using it and he wanted me to have it. Well, here's the problem. I am totally used to using a MacBook. I'm totally used to the way Apple computers are set up, and I already have my setup. Keith got me a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse. I've got my setup. Yes, I need to update the computer or at least update some of the inner workings later on. But as for right now, it's okay. It does what I need it to do and more. I am just, so I was just like to the point where I was like, I just, well, and also, like, I'm still trying to figure out like what I would want to do as like a part-time job if I get a part-time job. But on the other hand, I definitely need a bit more money. Like I need a nest egg. And I have a nest egg, but because of the whole issue with the two insurances that I had having canceled, and that was on me because I should have canceled that insurance, but like I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if American insurance would, for here, wasn't even sure how they would do that kind of stuff. So I was just kind of like, okay, I. So, and plus I'd have to use a different email account. I'd have to get new accounts for all my normal things that I use it on. And, let's be honest, in spite of the fact that a lot of games on Steam are only available for Windows computers, I kind of like having my little niche games, my little niche websites and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so basically, hang on. Keith walked out and he was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I'll probably remember as soon as I leave the building. And I was like, yeah, well, call me, let me know. And so I thought maybe he was coming back in and all that. Um, but yeah, so we've just been having a nice, relaxing, little extra time together. Um, Saturday we went out to Ash Nicky's. did Dungeons and Dragons. It was a little interesting. Every once in a while we have like these non-fighting, scenarios, and where like certain people level up or get different things or get different special items, and it was kind of one of those where my character wasn't doing all that much, so I was just like, I mean, my main big thing was the town we were in was like the capital of the area that everybody lives in, and they're very racist toward elves, and especially drow elves, which is what my character is. And so my one little bit of activity was, Ash, who's our DM, was like, Julie, you doing anything? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have Lana go and talk to her dad about how she and the other elves were treated at the Capitol, 'cause that's not right. And to quote Malachi from, who's one of my favorite characters from Silverado, and I'm done with what ain't right. And so, but yeah, so basically, he wanted to go out and kind of walk around for a bit, see what he could find for dinner and for snacks and stuff. And we also wanted to go out because there's a place kind of up the road a little ways from us where you can go and sell computers and stuff like that. So he was gonna go and check that out. And so I was like, I'll stay home. I have some posting to do, and also I have to figure out, because I'm assuming that I'll need to show up with something I've been working on Wednesday for the writing group. Only thing that scares me is I have not worked on an original story in so long. It's mostly like fan fiction or, you know, that kind of stuff. So I could do either something like that, or I could try to do something original, but again, I don't really know what. So what I might do is do a little side story for my D&D character and see what they think about that. Because that's probably the closest thing I can think of for like an original story. And so, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I will let you guys know how that goes, but I have to wait until probably Thursday before I can talk to you guys about it. 'Cause it's supposed to last like 6:30 to 9:30. But yeah, so anyway, um, but yeah, we've had a nice, relaxing, it's fun. It's always fun to hang out with people who enjoy the same things you do and stuff. And so, we had D&D, and then Sunday, Keith and I just hung out for most of the day. We did our weekly talking to my parents on Sunday night, which is their afternoon. And so that was kind of interesting. And it's always a bit awkward because I feel like there's certain things I still can't tell them about because, they'll be like we have to call Saturday night game night, not D&D night, because they're of the beliefs that D&D is evil of the devil, and it's like, no, we're fighting devils, we're fighting demons, we're fighting monsters, and all that stuff. So I don't know, but the older I get, the more I realize I can't convince them otherwise of certain things. They're so set in their minds that they're just like, and they're not even people who watch like Fox News on the regular or anything like that. But it's like, like my mom always kind of half complains that movies are either animated for kids, or they're rated R. And it's like, guys, you realize you can watch rated R movies. You're adults. But that's the thing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how much I get, because whatever I get, money I get from selling the computer, I'm going to put that in my bank account, and yeah, and then we'll have a little bit of fallback, and like Keith provides for us, but sometimes I do feel bad because sometimes, well, I've asked him in the past for like, hey, can you put 20 pounds in my account? And I always feel bad because he'll say, yeah, yeah, we just, we need to be careful from here on out and stuff. And we're on a budget, and as right now, we are a one-income family. So, which, like I said, I'm hoping to take some of that pressure off, or at least get to the point where I can make my own spending money. But or like, like if I need to go to the laundromat, like I can have my own money on my account, and then that way I don't need to worry about, hey, I need to borrow 20 pounds or whatever, you know. But in the meantime, I think it's going pretty well. I think we're doing pretty good. But anyway, so I wanted to pop online and let you guys know that's why it probably won't be any gameplay today. Um, maybe tomorrow? I don't know. Like I said, I kind of already have a thing in mind that I kind of want to go to laundromat and wash some clothes and stuff. So we'll see. But either ways, sometime this week, there will be a gameplay video dropping. I've yet to decide if it's gonna be. What I might do is just play the new gameplay footage I uploaded a couple days ago for the new Scarlet Hollow. The one with imposing physique or whatever it's called. Um, but yeah, like I said, I have nothing planned as of right now as to what specific day this is going to happen, but it will happen one day at least one day this week, possibly two if I can get that working properly, if I can figure it out. But yeah, it'll probably be just continuous gameplay of Scarlet Hollow, the newest, run through. Um, and then I'll probably go back to Night in the Woods. I don't know. Like, you guys seem to like Scarlet Hollow a lot more than you like Night in the Woods, so I'm kind of debating on that. Like, the other game I think you guys might really like is called Gone Home. It's kind of a mystery game, but it's an exploration game. And like I said, it kind of reminds me of the old Nancy Drew point and click adventure games, where you just, if you can click on something, you pick it up, examine it, that kind of stuff. And apparently I didn't get everything, though. I didn't find everything that was available to be found. So, again, we will see. Um, if you guys have ideas of which you would prefer, I know I've said this multiple times, I apologize, but feel free to leave a comment saying, hey, Gone Home would be better, or keep going with Night in the Woods, or, even another game like Chef RPG, which is the Stardew Valley kind of like, but you're running a restaurant instead of a farm. Um, but yeah, just let me know, give me ideas, um, and yeah, we'll go at it from there. But like I said, it'll probably end up being later on in the week. At least Tuesday, if which is tomorrow or Wednesday, possibly. Um, but yeah, just let me know if you have any ideas. Let me know which you would prefer out of the games I showed the other day. Because I can do either or. Um, well, and that's the other thing. Once I get the money in my account, I'll probably be able to purchase some other games through Steam or whatever. So, anyways, let me know what you guys would prefer. If you guys want to, if you guys don't, that's fine. Um, but yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are having a great start of your week. Um, really isn't anything else to talk about. Like I said, it's been pretty relaxing, pretty much not much specific going on this weekend at all. So, but I will let you guys know when a new episode, when the new gameplay video will drop. And yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, great week, and I will talk to you later.